You like TV? I like TV.
I do like TV.
I watch TV. And today we're going to destroy TV.
Okay.
That's right, kids. Destroy All Movies has a another little fun podcast. Destroy All TV.
Coming at
Destroy
you
All
from
Television.
Damn Junior Podcast.
Could be classic TV. Could be new TV. You never know. You never know what we're going to throw at you.
Mostly,
So
mostly classic TV, especially bad classic TV, which is almost all of classic television.
Yeah, real.
Yeah.
For real.
Destroy All Television. Damn show.
Yes, kids, destroy all television. Get it at damnshow.co, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and everywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Hey, welcome to Destroy All Movies. I'm Richie.
I'm Jim. And we're back again.
What's up, people? No Andy today, just us kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's golfing.
Golf. Without the L.
Without the L.
I'd like to say bonjour, mon ami, to our big fan in France.
Oh.
There's somebody who's someone in France has downloaded every episode available.
Oh my God.
Because all of a sudden I checked the stats yesterday and it jumped up by like a couple, by like a 100 or so. And I said, what the hell happened? And then I saw all our episodes that are available, and it's like 1. It goes down on most of them.
Wow.
And when I check those, it's all from France.
Well, welcome.
Yes. And
wherever you are.
Yeah, and thanks for I hope you aren't just listening to our episodes, binging them. Even though they're all great, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every one of them.
Everyone's great.
Absolutely. Well, everyone I'm on is great.
Yeah. Yeah. So how's that bidet treating you?
Oh, dude, I can't go back. I really can't.
Well, let's let the audience in on it. Before any of the lockdowns or the coronavirus or whatever, I said, boy, I should buy a bidet. I've always wanted a bidet. I should buy it. A bidet.
Right.
Bidet. It's for washing your bottom.
Yeah, for washing your backside.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So I ordered one from Amazon, and I accidentally ordered two. So I was going to return one, but never got around to it. Then the lockdown happened, and they closed
sure as shit
Kohl's. And then I was telling Richie, hey, I can't return this bidet. And Richie said, send it to me, motherfucker.
That's right. I was trying to order it. They were out because everybody went, oh, we should get bidets now. And we got no toilet paper. So, and it's funny because I had, plenty of toilet paper because for some reason before I moved, I bought an extra one.
Right.
Just because, just went to the store and bought another 9-pack. So I had two. And then a couple weeks later, I was at the store and they had a bunch of toilet paper.
Yeah.
So,
well, there's still, I've been in the store a couple of times, like the Safeway, still out of toilet paper. I had myself, I had a couple of large packages of it already. So I wasn't hurting for it. But the bidet really cuts down on the toilet paper use and keeps you clean as a whistle.
Amen. Telling you, man. A bidet, 3 squares. That's all you need to dry off.
Yeah.
3 little squares.
You can spare a square.
I can.
When you
I can
have
spare a roll. If my neighbors came to you, do you have a roll? I'm like, here, take two. I got a bidet. The cleanest asshole on the block.
So I saw a news report about the toilet paper on why there is a toilet paper shortage, and it's not hoarding.
No, it's because it's a creature comfort.
No.
Why?
Turns out the toilet paper industry, there's two different toilet paper industries. There is the home use toilet paper that's manufactured by one group of manufacturers.
Right.
And then there's the work and theater and sports arena toilet paper, which is made by completely different manufacturers.
Oh.
So
they don't seem to be having a problem.
No, because so what happened was because everyone's home use of toilet paper, the home use toilet paper, the soft stuff,
right,
shot up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a low margin business, so they don't stock. They don't keep large reserves of toilet paper stock because it costs too much to store. And like they said, toilet paper actually is not worth a lot of money. So it's stupid for the industry to store more than they need on a regular basis.
Right.
Because they'd have to pay more money in storage than the toilet paper's worth.
Right.
And so when home use shot up and business use stopped, the people who make business toilet paper, the one-ply bad toilet paper, don't sell to retailers.
Right.
They don't sell to stores.
Right.
It's purely industrial.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's a toilet paper shortage. So what are we doing on the show today?
Oh, yeah. A beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's the Mr. Rodgers film.
Man, yeah.
Starring Tom Hanks, of course.
Yeah.
As Mr. Rodgers.
Right.
Matthew Rhys as
Lloyd.
the Lloyd, yes.
Yeah.
And I also watched, as a preview to this movie, before I watched this movie, I watched Won't You Be My Neighbor, the Mr. Rodgers documentary. So I could sort of compare and contrast between the documentary and and this movie.
Right. Where I did not.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I didn't watch the documentary. I just watched the movie.
Yeah, the documentary is excellent.
I'm gonna watch the documentary because this movie sucked.
It's free on HBO. Even if you don't subscribe to HBO,
it's on demand.
It's if you put it in, it said play free for me, so I did, and I watched it.
There you go.
And it's quite good. Then what else we can talk about? What we're watching?
I'm not watching anything.
Yeah, I'm not watching anything but Hallmark movies, which brings up a good point.
Oh my God! Here we go. You guys
should check out Damn Junior, another in a fine Damn Junior production podcast. Damn Junior Podcasting. That's our podcasting network. Now a network of 2 podcasts.
Yeah. Remember when we were going to start and have a bunch of our friends on? And it totally fell to the wayside?
Yeah. Well, now I'm still waiting for the iTunes approval. Submitted it yesterday to iTunes. It's called Hallmark's the Spot.
Fucking real.
With Jim and Ellie. Talking about the Hallmark movies of the week. And other things Hallmark. First episode, by the way, wait till you hear it. It's great.
I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait.
You can hear it now if you go to damshow.co. There's a link to it where you can play it.
Oh, okay. You should have Elizabeth guest on it.
www.damshow. I'd love to have Elizabeth guest on it if she's willing to come on and get recorded.
I'm sure she would for that.
Okay. Well, yeah, you have to guest on it. You certainly have opinions.
I don't need to guest on that show. Elizabeth can guest on that show.
Why? You watched the Hallmark movie? You've seen plenty of Hallmark Christmas movies. You've talked about them on this show.
Well, that is true, but, you know.
It's called Hallmark's the Spot. And if you like Hallmark movies or if you hate them, listen to the show. It's a good plug. Plus, we have to talk about our Amazon link.
Right.
Remember the Amazon link? It's on
that's right.
www.damshow.co. If you're going to order from Amazon, click through our link. And through, other than that, there's no other work to do. We will get some money. And
nice.
If you buy something on Amazon, and you don't pay a red cent more.
That is true. Not a red cent. But we get a little something.
That's right.
You know, Jim does because he has to, do all this stuff.
Offset the cost of this nonsense.
Offset, yeah. This is, yeah. So, no, from now on, no more bad movies. Like,
what are you talking about?
Like this movie. Do we have like mailbag or anything?
Yes, we have some mailbag.
Okay.
But if you're going to call this a bad movie, we are going to have a fight on our hands.
Ugh, dude, fuck this movie. But let's go.
Ha-ha!
Do you want to do the mailbag first?
We can do the mailbag first. Let me find it. Let me find our mail.
It's the mailbag. It's the mailbag. You fucking Jimmy. It's the mailbag. You fucking asshole. Mailbag. Neville. Mailbag. Neville style.
All right.
Neville style.
All right. This one comes in from Jay Nola.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
That's right. And the subject is "You Magnificent Bastards." Man, the email that you boys were back was exactly what I needed in these times. The first show was definitely like old home week, and I can't wait to listen to the next one. I'm currently rewatching the Marvel movies in chronological order with my wife and kids, so I'm not going to listen until after I've finished, but I'm pumped. Hope you get more. Hope you get some more of the usual suspects back. Jay Nola.
There you go. Thanks,
I am
Jay.
also still in the middle of my Marvel rewatch. Just finished watching Ant-Man and Civil War.
Oh.
And Ant-Man holds up.
And Civil War turns Captain America into the true asshole he is.
And Civil War is just great. Hands down a great movie.
Yep. It shows the true colors of Captain America.
It's got Baron Zemo, who will be the villain, or one of the villains in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, whenever that comes out.
Right.
Yes, because there was a thing about on Disney Plus, they're going to be releasing the final season of Clone War animated series.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to be showing a documentary series about the making of The Mandalorian.
Oh, that's cool.
In fact, that was in a damn Movie Tone News that I'm writing.
Oh. Why'd you give it away?
I'm sorry, I'm not giving away the punchline, though.
No, but still, you were going to surprise people with it.
I think people knew that news already. It was announced by Disney, so...
No.
Oh, that I was going to do a damn Movie Tone News? Oh. Yeah.
Way to break the fourth wall, Jim.
I'm going to release, like, a damn Movie Tone News as a separate thing, like, during the feed, but, like, its own little mini episode.
Uh-huh.
So,
can't believe you.
3-minute episode. Damn Movie Tone News. Yes. So what else? We had more, I believe.
We have another email? We have more than one this week?
No, I don't think so. Maybe that was just it. I can't see anything else.
Boy, people are really happy we're back.
Yep, I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's some guy in France that's very happy. All right, let's.
Well, I would just like to thank French Fry Jim for
French Fry
downloading
Jim.
all. Yeah.
That's Palm Frites.
Yeah. Pomfret Frankie.
Palm Frites Francois.
Pomfret Francois. Oh, that's so funny.
All right. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It's a 2019 American film. It came out September 7th, 2019, and or November 22nd in the States, that is. It cost $25 million to make and made back $67.8 million.
How many people do you think saw this?
A few, I'd say.
How many people do you think slept through it?
It was not me.
Ugh, dude, it was a snoozer.
It's a snoozer.
And technically,
I'm telling between the documentary and this, I must have dehydrated myself.
Oh my God, you cried?
All the way through it, baby.
Yeah, I cried on how boring it was. And it wasn't even about Mr. Rogers. It was about Lloyd.
Right. And I also checked, how accurate it was to real life. And also between the documentary and this, right. I kind of figured some of the stuff was poetic license from the documentary. But I think based on the documentary, the film got Mr. Rodgers' character dead on.
Right.
My wife must have let out the puppy who was wanting to get out of here. Okay. So it starts off with a reporter, a feature writer, Ron Vogel, working for Esquire magazine, and he gets
Lloyd Vogel.
Lloyd Vogel, that's right, Lloyd. What did I say? Ron?
Ron. His brother.
His brother Ron Vogel, very famous.
Huge.
And apparently he has a very cynical writing style, very he tears down the people he's done features on.
Right.
And his boss says, we're doing an issue about heroes, and I'm assigning you Fred Rogers. And he, of course, doesn't want to do it. But she tells him, too bad. Too bad you got it. And she because she said he was the only one who would say yes to let him interview him.
Oh.
So
Mr. Rogers wanted Lloyd.
Right. And then he's got a wife. He's got a kid. He's estranged from his father. And his sister's getting married. He's getting ready to go to her wedding. And in the meantime, Mr. Rogers contacts him and says, I've been looking forward to talking to you. And he brings him to the station in Pittsburgh, where Mr. Rogers basically is doing his show, and then during the breaks gets interviewed by the guy. And the guy doesn't know what to make of him because he's talking about, the Mr. Rogers, like, what's the difference? The difference between the Mr. Rogers, the character on the TV show, and Fred Rogers.
And he said none.
And as he goes through, he finds out there is no difference. That is Fred Rogers.
I gotta say, Tom Hanks did an amazing job capturing Fred Rogers.
Yeah, it was funny when he first came out. When you first saw him, when the movie opens and you first see him, I laughed a little.
Right, it was
because I said, "Oh, look at this! He's doing a Mr. Rogers impression." And then, as it went on, man, he became Fred Rogers.
Yeah.
From that.
Well,
point
you believed he was. That's the thing,
right?
Like, because he never broke character.
Right. He had he had all the mannerisms down. He had that halting way of speaking that Mr. Rogers used.
Right.
So then then Lloyd goes to this wedding, and well, let's talk about when they first meet, Mr. Rogers and him.
Right.
Mr. Rogers kind of turns the tables on him and acts more like he's interviewing him.
Correct.
And you see Mr. Rogers with that kid in the beginning, who is obviously
make a wish.
Yeah, and spending time with him, and you see Mr. Rogers' style with kids,
right?
That like the parents were apologizing for some of the things the kid was doing, but Mr. Rodger was like just rolling with it.
Right.
And that's the way it was. It's and he got everything down. It's like Mr. Rogers like he asks at one point, he asks him a question about his own kids and how it must have been hard having him as a father. And Mr. Rogers thinks about it and admits, it probably was. And he goes, thank you for sharing your perspective on that.
Right.
It's like, it wasn't like a fight. It wasn't, an adversarial thing. It's like, hey, that's interesting. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Lloyd.
And Lloyd is like completely disarmed by this guy. At first, he didn't want to believe he was that person was real.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So the movie, then he goes to the wedding. His father shows up as his strange father. He's drunk. They get into a fight. And little by little, you learn that when Lloyd's mother was sick, his father abandoned them.
Right.
And that's why he's estranged from his father. And slowly but surely, Mr. Rogers brings it out of him through the movie. To the point at which when he was really, his father shows up, his wife doesn't understand why he knows that he has issues with his father, but he never really told her all the issues. And he says he has work to do and he has to go back to Pittsburgh to finish interviewing Fred Rogers. But I got the sense that in the movie, he was running back because he needed to talk to Mr. Rodger.
Oh. You're looking a little deep in that, I thought.
Well, yeah, Mr. Rogers the only one he was really opening up to.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, I guess I didn't see that, but okay.
Yeah, because they go, then he meets him in New York. They have that thing on the train where they get on the subway and everyone on the subway starts singing, Won't You Be My Neighbor?
It would have been funny if someone started singing like Sesame Street. Instead, be like, sunny day, chasing all the rain away.
That's the wrong song.
He's like, what's going on here?
Fred also introduces him to the puppets.
Yes, which, creeped him out, and rightfully so.
Right.
Because when Fred put on a puppet, he became that puppet.
Well, it's interesting in the documentary, which I'll talk about later. They explained Fred's relationship with the puppet.
Okay.
And it one thing was like Mr. Rogers never appeared in the land of make-believe.
Right.
There was that separation that it was make-believe.
Right.
And the Daniel puppet, the little tiger,
right.
They said that is Fred Rogers. He embodied that when he was talking as that puppet.
Right.
That was him.
Wow.
And there's a scene in the documentary where he's got that puppet out and he's talking to all these kids. And then all the kids start hugging and kissing the puppet.
Right.
Yeah. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. So Lloyd's father, turns out, is sick and dying. Fred Rogers doesn't talk sense into him, but listens sense into him.
Yes.
And he gets back on speaking terms with his father while his father's dying of cancer.
The dream he had about his mom saying it was okay.
Yeah.
Not to be angry. She don't need it.
Yeah, that whole scene kind of freaked me out because I was going like, what part do they want you to think is real? And what part do they want you to think is not during that whole wacky dream sequence?
when he was Little Rabbit.
Yeah, when he was Little Rabbit. Because Mr. Rogers asked him, he said, didn't you ever have a toy that you loved so much? Because he mentioned how old and ratty these puppets were.
Right.
And did you ever think about replacing them? And he said, didn't you ever have a toy when you were young that you loved? And he talked about the rabbit.
Right.
The old rabbit. And in that wacky dream sequence, he becomes that rabbit.
But at least his wife was Lady Lane.
That's right.
So it was kind of, you knew it was a dream, not,
That's the and I remember Mr. Rogers the show.
Right.
I remember parts of it because, as a kid you watched it, but I don't remember some of the stuff he really did. Like they talked about, he would talk about death and war and all kinds of dark subjects. And I didn't remember any of that because
me neither.
You were a kid.
Right.
It was just Mr. Rogers talking.
Right.
You weren't sitting there with a critical eye going, "Ooh, that's a dark subject to be talking about."
That Fred Rogers, he cuts to the core of me.
Yeah, and he goes like that one line when he talks about kids' feelings and basically saying that everyone talks about kids and what they're going to be when they grow up, and not what they are now.
Yeah, because most of them are little assholes.
Mr. Rogers would have. I would say slap your face, but he would never do that.
Gee, I'd be like, seriously, Mr. Rogers, what are they now? They're a pain in the ass.
He would talk to you, and then you would become disarmed, and you would.
Oh, I would not.
Yes, you are.
Ugh, I would tell him, I said, listen here, Frederick. That's right.
Listen.
I don't buy your shoe switching fucking mumbo jumbo.
But you know what I liked about this movie? It showed that in this world of uncaring, heartless people and Richie, that there could be a someone who is just flat out decent.
Absolutely, fuck him.
That's what I said. One of the greatest men who ever lived.
You know why? Other than the movie was piss boring. Just fucking.
It wasn't piss boring.
Oh my god! Just like what it reminded me of in the beginning. I couldn't recommend it more. It reminded me of the beginning of The Founder. You know how The Founder's a little slow in the beginning?
Yeah.
But what a great movie as a whole.
Right.
This was the same way, but not the great movie as a whole. This was it was depressing. It was, wasn't really about Mr. Rogers. So it was long and boring and
Well, now I'll tell you the way it really was. It was uplifting. It wasn't long and boring.
It was.
It was a great movie.
It was long and you should think about things, Lloyd, and you should take things in, Lloyd, and you should not be so. Why are you so angry, Lloyd? Fuck off, Fred. That's why. Just Jesus Christ. Every 2 minutes.
He never badgered people. He never badgered people.
What every 2 minutes with, how does that make you feel? It makes me feel like I want to put your head under the water. That's what it makes me feel
And
like.
he would tell you, though, to have those feelings are okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Dude, I knew you would like this.
He would love you just the way you are.
I knew you would like this. This movie was created for you. I knew you would cry because you fucking cry all the time.
Now, this was like nonstop waterworks in this movie. And the documentary. The documentary was worse.
When was it nonstop?
It started off when he's talking to the kid in the beginning, and that made me cry. The way he's talking to him, and then the kid puts down the sword that he was swinging around, and then hugs Mr. Rogers and stuff. That was it. That
made you cry.
Oh yeah.
Christ.
This movie got.
Well, I guess I am heartless then, because that did not make me cry.
This movie got 95% positive on Rotten Tomatoes. 95%, my friend.
Wow.
So I think I have more people on my side that say this was a great movie.
Whatever. Wasn't about Mr. Rogers.
Well, let me talk about the documentary. One part of the documentary, which is embodied in this movie, is that Mr. Rogers was not afraid of silences. He thought silences were good.
All right.
And this movie took that to heart. There are plenty of quiet moments in this movie where you have to reflect on the feelings being portrayed rather than people talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to do homework.
What homework?
I want to watch a movie. I don't want to sit there and be like, we have to pause now for reflection. And how does it? I fucking hate shit like that.
Well, this movie, it was mostly fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there was a guy. His name was not Lloyd. He was a feature writer for Esquire magazine who did do a feature on Mr. Rogers. A lot of the differences, Mr. Rogers never met his wife, never met his father.
Right.
That type of stuff. The stuff that Lloyd goes through in most of the film is mostly fictional. The actual reporter did become a friend of his. In fact, that reporter was in the documentary. But they talked about the things. Yeah, it's okay to step in front of the camera.
Yeah, we're not filming this.
We're not filming. So they said most of it. They got the spirit of Mr. Rogers down pretty well.
Right.
But they said a couple of things that were in the movie that actually did happen. The thing on the train.
Right.
They said it was a different time, and it wasn't like Mr. Rogers did not use the subway that often in New York, going to his apartment. But there was a day, it was raining, and there were no cabs. So him and this other guy ducked down into the subway to take the subway. And the subway was full of kids coming home from school.
We're only doing audio, babe. The video is just Jim. All right.
So a bunch of the subway cars. The subway cars filled with kids coming home from school. And none of them went up to him to talk to him, but they all spontaneously started singing Won't You Be My Neighbor.
Right.
So they said that really happened.
Well, no one went up to talk to him in the movie. No one went up to talk to him. The kids just started singing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But it was like there were some kids and a whole bunch of adults and stuff on the train. They said, in the real life, it was mostly kids.
Right.
And that, when he's sitting in that restaurant and he tells Lloyd just to sit there for a minute and think about all the people who
made him who he is.
Yeah, made him who he is, loved through their love. They said he actually did that, and you can see it, but he did it at the Emmys.
Oh,
Did
really?
it at an award show, and he asked people to be silent for like 10 seconds and think about everyone who loved them into the way they are. And they said there was some nervous laughter in the beginning, but then it got quiet, and then some people started crying.
Very powerful. Very
Yeah.
powerful.
Now the documentary, "Won't You Be My Won't You Be My Neighbor?"
Mm-hmm.
It came out on June 8th of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
It grossed $22.8 million, which is pretty decent for a documentary,
Mm-hmm.
and was 93 minutes long.
All right.
And they talked about, and it profiles him. It's really amazing. A lot of stuff I didn't know about him when he was talking about, the subjects that he was talking about. Like there was one where, like after Bobby Kennedy was assassinated, they actually had a discussion in the Land of Make-Believe between Lady Elaine and the Daniel tiger puppet on what assassination meant.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed when they were showing it the documentary, I said, "Holy shit, he really talked about some heavy stuff."
Right.
And what his philosophy is, hey, kids have these feelings, and it's okay to talk about them. You don't want to hide them or tell them not to feel that way.
Right.
But his aim was to help them deal with those feelings, not to try to minimize them or take them away.
Right.
And he was just, and they showed the scene where he's testifying before Congress. There were budget proposals to cut funding to public television, and it was led by this one senator who was like really against public television. And
how can you be against public television?
Yeah, there have been a lot of politicians who don't want to give money to public television. So they have the congressional hearing, and Mr. Rodgers gets up there to speak, and he basically says, I had this thing written, but I don't think you want to hear, you don't want to hear me make this speech. So I just want to tell you why, I do what I do. And he talks about how he deals with kids and stuff. And he says, and he goes, I just want to tell you the lyrics to a song that we did on the show. And it's about, I forget the actual subject of the song, but he recites the lyrics, and the senator at the end says, he's like shaking his head. He goes, "You have your money."
Wow. He's like, "You have your money. I'm a big fan of cashmere."
Yeah, I like those cardigans.
I like the lyrics. Oh, let the sun beat down upon my face. You got your money. I'm a huge Zeppelin fan.
So the documentary is if you can only see one, see the documentary.
Right.
Because
the movie sucked.
The movie was great, but the documentary was greater. It made, we talked about its box office, its critical response. It received 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I never go by Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck those guys too.
Won a shitload of awards.
Yeah, but it still really had nothing to do with Mr. Rodgers. It wasn't about Mr. Rodgers. It was about Lloyd.
The documentary was all about Mr. Rodgers.
Oh, right, the documentary. I'm talking about the shitty movie we just saw. It should be Welcome to Fixing Lloyd.
Yes, but it was about Lloyd, but it showed basically how Mr. Rodgers worked.
Okay. They could have done a much more fun subject, and he would have still done. This was a downer.
It wasn't
You can't start off with an Empire Strikes Back.
It was a great movie.
Snoozer.
I assure you, you should be watching it, especially if HBO's giving it away free. Watch.
Well, the documentary I'll check out, but the movie, kids, don't listen to Jim. It's a snoozer. And,
the movie's
fucking.
You
can't listen to him because he fucking cries over everything anyway. He's like Kevin Smith, for Christ's sake.
Well, much like the Grinch, your heart will grow 3 sizes.
There's nothing wrong with my heart.
And drink plenty of liquids. That's all I'm saying.
There's nothing wrong with my heart, Jim. I have a good heart.
I think if you got a tiny heart like the Grinch from the heart measuring machine.
Who does? Me?
Yes.
I have, my heart's fine. My heart's fine. I'm good.
You're cold-hearted. You're cold-hearted.
Cold-hearted. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not.
I know you don't care. I do. I care about Fred Rogers.
All right, whatever.
He will be sorely missed.
Fucking sitting there crying all the time. Jesus, dude.
And I wasn't even that big a Mr. Rodgers fan.
Mm-hmm.
I liked whatchamacallit more. What's that other one? Not Sesame Street.
Captain Kangaroo?
No, Electric Company.
The New Zoo Review?
Oh, I love the New Zoo Review, baby. It's the New Zoo Review coming right at you. They tried to be kind of like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but it wasn't quite the same.
Right.
They had guys in animal suits. Henrietta Hippo, Charlie the Owl, and Freddie the Frog. And that dude, what was the dude's name with the mustache? Doug.
Oh, yeah.
Doug and Emmy Joe.
Do it, Doug.
No, I liked Electric Company with Rita Moreno and Morgan Freeman.
Right.
And Spider-Man. Spider-Man was on it too.
That's right. Yeah. Do you remember Great Space Coaster?
Barely.
The Great Space Coaster with Gary Gnu?
Man, barely.
Oh, yeah.
No, I remember Zoom, of course.
Mm-hmm.
From PBS as well.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Patchwork Family.
I know you know Zoom's mailing address.
Are you kidding? Right, Zoom.
No.
ZOOM, Box 350, Boston, Mass. 02134.
134.
Send it to Zoom. And make sure you include a SACY, a self-addressed stamped envelope.
That's funny.
And Patchwork Family. I barely remember that.
Oh my God, I don't even remember any of that.
The Magic Garden.
Right.
And Via Alegre.
Magic Garden had those two broads.
Yeah, and it was on commercial television. It was on WPIX. Magic Garden. It wasn't on PBS. Right. Yeah, it had the two, and they'd sit on that swing by the fake tree, and then sing about Storybox.
The Storybox. Those girls, they were doing the weed.
They were doing the weed?
Oh, yeah. You know that.
Was Paula, I think?
Oh, my God.
What?
Paul. That's right. Paula, or was it like...
it was Paula and...
Marianne.
Marianne? Oh, that's right.
I think so.
And they'd wear the pigtails?
Mm-hmm.
But Paula could play the guitar.
Yeah. Paula was also, into the ladies.
How do you know that?
Come on, dude. You serious?
They were just friends. They were just
dude. Haircuts don't lie.
They were just good friends.
Yeah, haircuts don't lie.
Oh, they both had long hair.
Yeah, but Marianne had the flowing, very this is beautiful. And Paula had the I have to pull it back because I'm about to go down. I'm gonna go first, only because you're gonna praise it. So I want to give it the proper.
Go ahead.
The proper score. I'm gonna give it a solid 3 because it wasn't great. It wasn't about Mr. Rogers. It was a little boring. Well, it was a lot boring. It was heavy. Like I don't want to watch heavy things right now. Everybody's trapped in their fucking house, and you're showing me this crap. Give me something fun. Our next movie is gonna be fun. We're gonna fucking do an old movie, an old fun movie.
An old fun movie?
No, we can't. We can't do movies we like.
An old fun movie like
Half Baked.
like Half-Baked?
Yeah.
Into an old fun movie like Tommy Boy. Brian Denny, he just died.
He did. Yeah. Not even of the HIV. Just being old.
Yep. Well, I give.
Come on, you're 4.5.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I give it a 4.5.
Mm-hmm. I knew it.
Won't You Be My Neighbor? 5. Solid 5.
Wow. You went crazy on that.
Excellent documentary.
Excellent.
Here's something I was watching. My wife watched the first episode of Ken Burns did one about DNA.
Okay.
About that, and she started watching it, and I thought, I am not going to be interested in this documentary whatsoever. And I sat down and caught it, maybe halfway through.
Right.
And then I was riveted. That Ken Burns, he knows what he's doing.
So what about DNA?
It's something.
Jesus Christ. It's something.
It's something.
That is, what about DNA? Yeah, it's something. That was a Kramer answer. It's something. Yeah, it's something, all right. Jesus.
No, if you explained it, it'd be like you'd say, oh, that's some boring shit. Like when the scientists were trying to find out, what caused genes to, replicate and stuff like that. And
right.
There were 2 schools of thought. There was like 2 options. One was, that this code was in proteins, because proteins are kind of complex and there's tons of them, and your entire body's made out of protein. And then they said there was DNA, but people didn't think DNA was the thing because it was so simple.
Right.
It was not a very complex thing. And they say, how can something that's not that complex hold the building blocks of every species and everything? And it was talking, and it talks about the different scientists and how they were able to prove that it was DNA and then map it.
Uh-huh.
And it sounds boring, but the documentary itself was quite compelling. Quite.
So I've learned nothing about DNA.
Well, Ken Burns knows how to make a documentary.
Kenny Burns
did that baseball thing.
Uh-huh.
Did that Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Did that one about jazz music.
Okay, well, we're rambling now, kids, so that's about it. He's talking about documentaries that he don't know about.
I saw the baseball one. Honus Wagner.
Okay.
You know what they said about Honus Wagner?
You're a bum.
They said he was something.
Oh my God. Wow.
That's what they said.
Okay. For the sake of any of our fans, I'm ending the show now. Thank Jay Nola for writing in.
You can also write in.
That's right. If you want to email us, that's you can go to damshow@gmail.com.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's destroymail@gmail.com.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. It's destroymail@gmail.com. I'd much rather hear from you guys than listen to Jim talk about documentaries that he's learning nothing from. So,
also,
again,
make sure you click that Amazon link at www.damshow.co, not .com.
right. And then drop us a line. Tell us what you're watching.
That's right.
How about that?
Exactly.
And don't tell me before you do that. I could care less about whatever this Tiger King thing is. I haven't seen an episode. Much like Game of Thrones, I will be the 1% that don't watch that nonsense.
Yes, Tiger King will be the documentary I don't rave about.
Everybody's like, "You haven't watched one episode?" I'm like, doesn't really interest me.
No.
So,
no interest in Tiger King.
Yeah. I did watch The Natural the other day.
Oh. But you are interested in baseball movies.
Yeah. Baseball movies I watch. I love those. And I watched A River Runs Through It. It was about fly fishing.
Excellent. Also remember to check out Hallmark's The Spot.
Oh, yes.
Soon to be on iTunes. Give it a listen, give it a review, and give us a review on iTunes. We need some we need some fresh reviews.
Yeah, you should go what's his name? Tom Friedman?
Tom Friedman?
Tom Friedman. No, Tom Frederick.
Oh, Pomfret Francois.
Yeah, Pomfret, that's it. Pomfret Francois. You can go on and tell him he likes it more. I like these boys just as much as croissant.
In fact, I just saw a Hallmark movie, Summer Villa, that takes place in France.
Oh, whatever. I will not be guesting on Hallmark's The Spot.
I'll get you on.
My wife, on the other hand, might. So
I'll get you on that thing.
That's all I got. I'm Richie.
I'm Jim.
Hi, Damn Nation.
You like TV? I like TV.
I do like TV.
I watch TV. And today we're going to destroy TV.
Okay.
That's right, kids. Destroy All Movies has another little fun podcast. Destroy All TV.
Coming at
Destroy
you
All
from
Television.
Damn Junior Podcast.
Could be classic TV. Could be new TV. You never know. You never know what they're going to throw at you.
Mostly classic TV, especially bad classic TV, which is almost all of classic television.
Yeah, real.
Yeah.
For real.
Destroy All Television. Damn Show.
Yes, kids, Destroy All Television. Get it at damshow.co, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and everywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts.